Welcome to the Social University podcast. We are so glad you're joining us today because we want to help business owners, entrepreneurs, and people just like you who want to build their business online. Listen, if we can do it, you can do it. So let's go.
Good morning. I'm Karen Taradas with Social U, and we try to stay up to date on what's happening in social media so you don't have to. Today, we're going to discuss breaking news across all platforms. Now, my big announcement is at the end. It's so exciting. You're going to love it. So let's go ahead and jump in. First and foremost, one of the trends that's happening right now, and yes, we are going to talk about breaking news, but I also do want to touch on one or two trends. You are going to see a lot more larger brands doing marketing that's free. And when I say free marketing, I mean commenting in groups, responding to other people's comments on other people's pages or profiles, and DMs. A lot more of that. So if you're wanting to grow right now, that organic reach really does work. It's very effective. So just take that into consideration. Okay, and I've broken this down by category. So let's start with one of the most horrifying. Adobe terms of service. For those of you guys who may not be aware, Adobe's terms of service have updated recently, and this new version gives them access to anything you create. They own everything you create on their software, and they will sue you if you don't sign up for the new version, because a lot of people thought, well, I just won't re-up. I'll just keep the version I have now, and then I don't have to worry about it. They won't let that happen. If you don't, like a lot of times, if you get the update notification on your phone or computer, you just let it sit for a minute. I understand that. You can't do that with Adobe. If you do, they will pursue legal action if you don't sign up for the new version. And this new version gives them unlimited worldwide royalty-free license to reproduce whatever content they want. They can literally do screen captures. And there's been a lot of speculation as to why they would do something that is so extreme. The main reason is so it will allow them to train AI basically to do your job so they can replace you, which is horrifying to me. Fortunately, there's been a huge pushback. A lot of creators, a lot of graphic designers are bailing and going to other software to vocalize their distaste for this new term of service. So if you are an Adobe user, and Microsoft, watch that too. So if you are one of those users, please be aware of that and pay attention. Read, because they just assume nobody would read the agreement. Read the agreement before you agree. Just throwing that out there. Okay, next on the list is TikTok. If you guys, unless you've been living under a rock, the U.S. Senate has recently voted to force the sale of TikTok to U.S. ownership. So before I even touch on that, you need to understand United States TikTok is housed in a server in Austin, Texas. It is not overseas. It is here. There are 170 million U.S. users, and TikTok drives 15 billion with a B in small business owner revenue annually. That was the number for 2023. The numbers for 2024 are trending to be more than that. 15 billion. Out of the people who own it, who own the stock, 20% of it is the founders, the actual company. One institutional investor, one person owns 60%, and they are in the United States. I want to say Oklahoma, but that might be wrong. 60% owner, United States. And then the employees, which include over 7,000 US-based employees in the United States, they own 20%. So a small fraction is owned by the actual company, but they have said repeatedly, we will not sell our interest. We will not disclose the algorithm, because that's exactly what is wanted. They have the most effective algorithm. It really pays attention to what you're watching so that it can give you more of that. Well, there are a lot of US-based social media companies that want to put their hands on that. They're not going to sell it. They're not. So as an alternative, they have launched something called TikTok Notes. It is in beta version right now. They are testing it in Canada and Australia as of April 2024. So what's going to happen as they get closer to the sale, and the language is very ambiguous in the bill, in the legislation that was passed. So there's a good chance that they can legally navigate out of it. But if they cannot, if they are forced to sell, instead of doing that, they will come out of the United States and launch a new platform that is based entirely in the US, TikTok Notes. And basically, it's just going to be the US version. You'll be able to keep all your saved videos. You'll be able to keep all of your stuff, all of your news feed. You're just testing it now to make sure to get the bugs out before they actually launch the whole version. So they're not going to give up 15 billion in revenue from one country. There's no way. So I don't, for those of you, excuse me, for those of you who think TikTok's going down, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. And even if they did force the sale, a lot of people would use VPN and just make their country Canada and keep going. So yeah, I don't think TikTok's going anywhere. Okay, Pinterest is next. Pinterest has recently announced in their first quarter of 2024, there is a 23% year over year revenue growth, surpassing their 500 million monthly active users. That is a good indication that there is a tremendous amount of growth on Pinterest right now, and it means it's going to have potential for a wider audience reach. So if you have not been marketing on Pinterest, especially with some of the other stuff I'm going to tell you, you might want to take a look at it. YouTube is next. YouTube is actually launching a very cool new feature. It's AI for creators that can actually generate video backgrounds. I think that's so cool, making content creation faster and easier for the end user. Some people are afraid, it's going to ruin the authenticity. Let me tell you what, sometimes you need the background. That's just the way it is. Creators are able to enter a topic into the search bar, which will then prompt YouTube's AI system to give you ideas and notes based on what your channel viewers are actually looking for or what they might be interested in. You'll even be able to generate bullet point video outline to power your creation effort if you're stuck on what you want to post next. This is an this isn't an effective tool. This is a tool where the platform, the corporation, listened to its end users and gave them what they were asking for. Conversely, now we're going to talk about Meta, who is giving tools that nobody wants and nobody is asking for. If you haven't seen that little Meta AI tool in your search bar on Facebook, it is coming. They haven't launched it to everybody yet, but it's coming. It is one of I don't care for it at all. Just to I'm going to show my age, but just to kind of give you a good basis of comparison, for those of you guys who started with Microsoft, there was a little paperclip assistant that would pop up on everything you ever did. It was the most irritating thing ever. And he was animated. Hi, can I help you? No, if I want your help, I'll ask for your help. That is exactly the same. That's exactly what's happening with Meta. I searched for a page that I've been on 1,000 times last week. I was looking for a recipe from Miss Annie. I love Miss Annie. Miss Annie's Kitchen. If you guys don't follow her, you should. Local cooking creator. She's amazing. But I was looking for a recipe. I typed it in on Facebook because I knew it was on her page. And instead of getting the page I was looking for, it gave me every terminology-based post or content that had the words Miss Annie in it forever. It was insane. And then instead of just giving me a result where I could pick what I want, absolutely not. It sends it to your messenger. And I just got a ton of the most random junk in my messenger that had the terminology either Miss or Annie, which is just, come on, ridiculous. So don't love Meta AI, but buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to get better or worse. I guess it depends on your viewpoint. Meta verification. They are rolling out a subscription service specifically for Instagram, but also for Facebook. So you can have a single Facebook page or Instagram account verified. Bear this in mind when I talk to you about some of this pricing, because this pricing to me is astounding. I can't believe they're actually asking for this pricing. And we'll put a link to this in the blog so that you can go take a look at it for yourself and see how the different categories break down. It benefits, the benefits apply only to pages, not personal accounts or phone numbers. And you have to be subscribed to Meta Verified. Okay, why is that such a big deal? Okay, there's 4 verifications that are available on this 4-tiered plan. One is business standard, which is what they are doing now for $14.99 a month. Verification badge, impersonation perfection, verified support. I use the term support extremely loosely. Enhanced search optimization. Okay, $14 a month, no big deal. The second is a Business Plus. It is normally $49.99. Right now it's on sale. I'm not going to say sale. I'm going to say it's discounted to $44. You get everything from the previous, but you also get an enhanced profile, which can share. It allows you to show 3 business addresses. So if you are a local business and you have more than one location, like an ice cream store that's got a location in Vestavia and a location in Trustville, this is great. It's still not really, really expensive. It allows you to put 2 links and reels per month, and it makes you a featured account. No problem. Okay, now we're getting into the more expensive. The business premium is $119 a month. It's going to be $150 a month. This is the discounted price. And it gives you the same thing, except you get 4 links and reels. You can share 5 locations. And it gives you employee impersonation protection, which I'm not super sure what that means, but I'm sure they'll tell me. Customized chat options, which is just a better version of customer service. It's any version of customer service is a better version of customer service. And then the most expensive one, I am kind of shocked and appalled that they're asking for this, but they have a Business Max version that is $500 a month. Right now they're discounting it to $350. It includes all of that stuff. You get more business locations. It's like 8 business locations. You get 6 links and reels per month. An account review, but basically it's supposed to allow you to have better customer service capabilities. They are very insistent that it will not affect your engagement. However, if you've been on Instagram in the last few months, engagement is terrible. It's not good. So I do believe that they are, and this is just my opinion, I do believe they are purposely lowering engagement to encourage people to become verified. Now, I can't prove that, but I could see the numbers across all industries on all platforms, and I know that they're lower than they have been. And I'm not paying $500 a month. I'm not doing it. And I teach other small business owners, and I like to teach you how to use tools that are cost effective. If you're spending $1,000 on programs, that's not cost effective. That's insane. So that being said, get excited. That verification stuff's going to be available super soon. Yay. Okay, what are some other things that are happening on Instagram right now? It keeps getting better. They're going to launch unskippable ads. They're currently testing a new video ad format that will allow video users, it'll force you to watch it. It will force you to stop scrolling inside your main feed of the app until you view the entire video ad. Yay. Seriously, do they not talk to their end user at all? People do not want that ever. Okay, some of the good things that they're launching, you can now do a notify sticker in Instagram stories where you can add, so your most loyal followers can sign up and get direct notifications every time you publish new content. That's cool. They're experimenting with virtual pets for stories. Don't really understand why they're doing that. Again, it's a feature that nobody asked for. Okay. My favorite thing that they're working on is the unpublished reel feature. You're going to be able to send your reel draft to your friends or coworkers before it actually gets published, so you can get their input and their feedback on it before it gets published. They won't be able to share it instead of you, but they will be able to give you feedback on it. It's just a cool preview system that they've put in place, which is great for us because we do that quite a lot. We just do screen record so that we can share it on our phone, and now we won't have to do that. We can just share it inside the app, which is very cool. That way you can get a second opinion before you actually publish and go live. They're also testing another reel feature where you can share your reels with a selection of non-followers before posting. Very similar, where you can get feedback before you actually start the post. That's my favorite thing that Instagram is doing, but the whole Meta subscription kind of kills the good news. Yeah, right. So yeah, every single platform has something going on right now. Poor LinkedIn. And I'm sure there's notifications and updates for Twitter, but nobody cares. Can't talk about that either. So these are some of the things that are happening. And I thought it was very important to let you guys know about the subscription that's coming. It's been a little bit under the radar. I haven't seen it publicized in a lot of places. I haven't seen it at all on Facebook itself or Instagram itself. I found out about it where? You guys, TikTok, because a lot of businesses and creators, they're mad about it. They don't want that. They don't want to have to pay to play. So definitely want to make sure to keep you guys in the know. Let's see. Next week, we are going to be back. And we will publicize the rest of our schedule for the last few weeks of June and then the rest of July. We do have some big news coming at the end of July. Our office will be closed for the 4th, that whole entire first week of July the 4th. And until then, if you guys have questions, comments, if there's anything else you want to know or I can help you with, always feel free to reach out. You can leave a comment here or send a direct message. And until next week, I am Karen Terradas with Social U, and I'm here to help. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining us for the Social University podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Stay Social U. That's the letter U. And we will talk to you next week. Remember, you've got this.